Hello, everyone. Look who's in the studio with me. Aren't I excited? We have Anna and Jacqueline, and Paul Green, who was just performing and he hopped on over. We're going to
Yeah,
talk about Fit for Christmas, but you know what I love? We all have a Hallmark connection. Isn't that cool? It's like a little mini reunion.
it is. It is. We do have a Hallmark connection. That's right.
Yes.
Anna wrote my last Christmas movie that I did. The previous one last year.
Christmas CEO.
That's right. Yo, Christmas CEO. Yo.
It was a good one. I loved it.
And I sent Anna a hat from LL Bean.
Let me grab it.
All right.
Didn't you say make all your Christmases be white?
Yes, and play on my last name.
Look at
and
that.
Snow.
Oh, that was cute.
Because I don't know if you knew this, but Paul used to have a really amazing career as an LL Bean model.
Yes, I've seen some of the poses and things that he does.
The poses.
He's saved in my phone with one of his LL Bean photos. So every time he texts me, I get to see it.
Very nice.
That's funny.
I love that.
It's a really cool story. You were in middle school when she first met me.
High school, but yes.
Middle school's fun.
Yeah, I don't know if we've told this story a million times. Actually, Paul and Jax told it at Christmas Con last year too.
Tell it again.
Okay, I'll tell it again.
Sorry.
So I did an art project well, let me back up. I used to collect LL Bean catalogs because I love the aesthetics. So you can see why I write Christmas movies. And there are always like people who looked like they're having a great time in flannel on a dock with their dog in the forest. Like it just like, if you ever need to feel better, pick up an LL Bean catalog and pretend you live inside of it. And what happened is I had an assignment in art class in 10th grade to make an ink print of a Christmas image. And I was like, LL Bean. And I chose this picture of this guy in the woods with his dog. And I like really studied his face and it was Paul Green's beautiful face. And then as the years went by, like it was like so like embedded in my mind, this beautiful chiseled featured face. And I started seeing him come up in commercials. He got a part in this Canadian TV show. I was like, that's the LL Bean guy. And then he became like, you know, the king of Christmas movies. And I was like, I feel like I'm going to work with him one day. And then bada boom, bada bang.
You did.
Before you know it.
He's my emergency contact now.
We're each other's. And the backup. Jax is the backup.
Yeah.
That's right. In the secondary.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be a good emergency contact. I'd be too flustered and sad if anything happened to either one of you. All of you. Roxanne, please. Everyone stay healthy.
We
Can't
will.
live far away.
Well, we are. You and I think, Jax, we're on the East Coast, and you two are on the West Coast. Are you close by, Anna
We're in the
and
same.
Paul?
Yeah, we're in the same house. She's in my she's in my bathroom.
Oh!
She's in my. I have an office in my spare bathroom.
Yeah.
Well,
We're about, I would say 15, 20 minutes from each other when I'm not in his house.
wow. That, you know what that reminds me of? Just, I know I'm digressing, but that was funny. It reminds me of the Christmas movie that was on last night, Three Wise Men. And the brother comes to the front door and knocks on the door and he lets him in to have dinner. And he goes, why do you come to the front door when you live in the backyard? And he opens up the shades and you look outside and he lives in the souped up garage in the back. That was with Paul Campbell and Tyler Hines. Yes. And they have such wonderful comedic timing. I was dying in the whole movie, but that's what
I need to watch it.
You will watch it. You will love it. You will love it. It'll become one of your favorites, even though you didn't write it. It's okay. It was Kim and Paul, Kim Susted and Paul Campbell who did it.
Yeah. Oh, that was last night.
Yes.
Did people? How's the chatter? Are people loving it?
Absolutely love it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
We were talking about doing a movie with all guys for years. Like,
yes.
and I was talking with Andrew and Paul about doing it, about us doing it together. But that's the way that the cookie crumbled. We were talking. I remember with our fans for the last like 5 years ago, we need a movie with like guys and a baby, and this is this, and they did it.
And they're the first ones to think of it.
Yeah,
for sure. Ever.
No.
Ever.
You can still do another one. You could do like a sequel, and it could be guys and a puppy and a baby.
Oh, that's cute.
It could be both.
Or
Yeah.
it could be like the 12 models of Christmas, and they're all male models.
That's
Oh,
true. It could be that. That would be
Why
good.
12? It's a lot of
It's like the
Blame
12
the
days of
song.
Christmas. Yeah.
a lot of abs.
Oh, and you can sell a calendar, Paul. That would be really cool. Merchandise opportunities.
Uh-oh. So, Paul, don't be sad that you weren't in that movie because you're in Fit for Christmas and you star in it. And Anna, you're going to tell us what you can tease about the plot. There are some trailers out. So tell us how this story came to be.
Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you, because that's where kind of Jackie plays a really cool part is so I had followed Amanda Klute's story. I don't know. She's starring in Fit for Christmas.
Mhm.
I'd been following her story for a while. She lost her husband to COVID. She was very inspirational and optimistic and just like, as sad as it is, it was a beautiful story of hope and everything. So one day, I think in the summer 2020, she was watching a Christmas movie and she tweeted out about it or Instagrammed out about it. And Jackie was still doing Bubbly Sesh at the time. So she invited her to come on Bubbly Sesh. And Jackie, jump in if I'm getting any details wrong.
No, you're perfect.
Okay. So then she went on the Bubbly Sesh and then said to Jackie she had an idea for a movie, a Christmas movie. And she's like, oh, and Jackie had seen some of my movies. So Jackie was like, oh, let me connect you with Anna White. And so Jackie connected us via email because none of us had ever met in real life. And then I started talking to Amanda and she's like, I really want to do a Christmas movie about a fitness instructor because there isn't any. And Amanda's a fitness instructor.
Yes.
And so we talked about it for a while and I was like, this is cool. I like this. And we kind of developed more of the story. And then I thought we were going to take it to Hallmark, but because she had just got cast on CBS's The Talk, she kind of had a first look deal with them. So we pitched it to CBS first, which was really interesting because I didn't know at the time CBS was even getting into Christmas movies. I just thought of them as the procedural channel. And I used to work as a PA on a procedural TV show for them. So the first thing I said when we were pitching it, I was like, you guys know there's no dead bodies in this, right? And they laughed, or they laughed politely. And then they ended up buying it, and we did many drafts, and finally it got shot, and and I was in New York in May, so I finally got to meet Jackie in person and thank her for introducing. And then she knew the producer, so I was like, we got to get Jackie a cameo in this movie.
And you did.
And I did. And then the kismet thing, as Paul's cat would say, since that's Paul's cat's name, is that the producers on CBS were the ones who picked Paul. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm on board with Paul Green. You don't have to convince me. Come on.
Paul, how did you even know about the movie? How'd that go down?
I got a fax, just an anonymous fax.
You never give the real answers. Give the real answers.
From the
Don't
future.
be silly.
It was from the future.
A fax
from future Paul.
How did I get it? Brad Cravoy, who I've done maybe 5 or 6 movies with, and When Calls a Heart with, he helped like really put my name on this one, I think. And then I did a video call. What is that? What they call them? A Skype. I did it was like a fax, but like a visual fax, like a video fax, facsimile with Amanda and the director. They were both in Europe or like France and stuff. And we did a kind of like a chemistry read, not a read, but like a meet over the Zoom. I think it was between me and a couple other.
There's 3 of you.
Three of us, but I was the only one that did LLB, and so I got it. So and Anna, I had Anna in my corner, and Jax was sending them faxes as well. They were all. It was meant to be. It was meant to be because dear Amanda and I, right out the gates, had so much chemistry and like. Friendship chemistry too, like not just on screen, but like immediately we saw each other. We're like, oh, where have you been? Like that kind of a really cool. So it was meant to be. It was meant to be, and it just came to me through obviously through all the channels, and then I found out Anna was on it. And do you know Anna won a car on The Price is Right once?
You did?
I did. I love that. That was a great segue.
And I want a baby. I want a baby.
He want a baby on The Price is Right.
Yeah. Oh, and he's so sick. He's just
Hey, buddy.
he's not doing so good. Do you want to say hi? These are my friends. Say hi, Austin.
Hi, bud.
Poor
Yeah.
Austin.
Aw, look at
He's
his
lost
face.
so much weight in the last week because when we went to Mexico, he was eating like crazy. And then because he's so stuffy, he hasn't had much of an appetite. And we're looking at pictures of him, and the difference is just wild. Like he's like now looks like a little boy. And when we went to before Mexico, we see these pictures, and it's a good thing he had the weight though, because it's been keeping him going.
Yeah.
Paul, isn't his birthday's coming, right? He's going to be 1 soon.
He's going to be in a month. He'll be 1. Yeah. He just turned 11 months. Anna sent me a message earlier. It's like, can kids drink tea? I was like, such like a, I don't know if you were joking or not, but they
well,
can.
I mean, tea helps when you have a cold. So I just thought I don't, but then I was like, do babies drink tea? I don't know.
Yeah,
they probably don't know about.
If you cool it down. Yeah. I mean, like not caffeine, but like, I'm sure there was like
a little herbal.
Yeah, he's the best. Oh my gosh, this is the best Christmas. This is his first Christmas, and he's not watching screens yet, except for you guys. So, but his dad's gonna be on. We're keeping him off of like it's off of all technology till he's 2. Wish me luck.
All right, you could do it. Someone was sharing and saying that December 12th is his birthday, 1-year-old. Is this correct?
That is.
Charlene is sharing.
Hi, Charlene. Charlene's wonderful.
Charlene's wonderful.
Okay.
And my fans are so great. They've been following me since, but Anna's been following me the longest of anyone.
Truly.
I have. Oh my God, I should have gotten the magazine out. Do you want me to go get the magazine?
Oh, yes, but wait, when you come back, you have to somehow we have to talk more about the movie, but you have to tell us how you won a car on The Price is Right. Or
it's amazing story. I love it.
Or is that Paul joking?
No, it's true.
It's true. Okay.
Jackie's seen the video.
All right, go ahead, Anna.
Let me go get the L.O. Bean catalog.
Yes, Paul. Go ahead.
You know what was cool about this movie is Anna was on set for which usually writers aren't. And so, we were able to at times ask her, because sometimes you find yourself when they rewrite scripts, sometimes what happens is sometimes there's a chunk left over from a previous draft, and sometimes it doesn't make sense.
Right.
And meaning like, I'm like, why is my character doing this sometimes? So, but with Anna there, she could be like, oh, no, that's just this. Whereas sometimes a director, even if they've been with the project a long time, don't know nearly as much as the he's doing great. I can keep him for a minute. Can I call you when if he gets too squirmy? He's starting to. But yeah, and having her there on set, and it was like we just hung out all the time. We went to dinner just about every day, and like after work, and we laughed all day long, and we really worked on this film, and like on each scene. I was telling them how difficult it was with you there for me to improvise. To improvise, because I had to read the script. Once she got there, I was like, oh, now I got to read the script.
Yeah, well, Paul thought the script was Paul didn't realize for a year and a half I've been working really hard on the script. He thought it was just kind of a suggestion,
Oh, okay.
It's for the director.
Yeah, right. No, he did great, and he brings such levity and humor to this character that I didn't even see till he got on set, and it just made the movie so much better, and it'll make everyone laugh. And look at this hunk.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at that.
Look at him and his golden retriever in the snowy forest.
Wait, I can't believe you actually have that actual magazine.
Yeah.
Paul, sight for sore eyes right there.
Look at you. Look at us smiling.
I still do
2000
that.
Christmas 2004.
Oh, that's cute.
That's a minute ago.
You're like, that's borderline creepy. Look, once the restraining order ended, I feel like things got back on track.
They're funny. But she's not even like paid to be funny. Well, actually, she's paid to write funny, but she could be like a stand-up comedian.
You're pretty funny
You
too,
should.
Paul.
All right,
He's-
so Anna
Take
and
next.
Jax and Paul, I'm going to rein you in just for a hot second. Just a
Good,
second.
good
It's
luck,
me.
Roxanne.
The teacher was reining you
Roxanne.
in. So listen, I loved all the behind the scenes that you shared. Like all of you had stuff, and I thought it was great. And we could tell you were bonding and going out to dinner. And one time there was something in a parking lot. You were all not in a parking garage. What happened in the parking garage?
Paul made a TikTok of me parking my car. The Sutton has really small parking, and the rental car they gave me was an SUV, and I did it, and I did it well, ish.
Okay. Well-ish.
Paul looks skeptical at that assessment.
It was your exit of that car was very funny. Everything Anna does is funny.
Here's
writes
one
funny.
with Paul in a fictional family.
Oh, I didn't see this one.
This is Paul in a fictional family, and
Oh
they're
my
having hot
gosh.
cocoa.
Well, no, funny
Oh,
story.
that could've been-
That's my LL Bean wife. So when I moved to LA, she's the only person I knew when I moved out here, and they became our closest friends out here because she was my fake wife for 8 years.
Like I
Really?
believe this.
Oh my
I
God.
believe this family is just the happiest family in the
Yeah.
whole world.
Yeah, the kid I've never seen before. I
Well,
can't
he's
remember.
probably like maybe now he has his own grown-up cover.
Oh my gosh.
You are
All right.
you are so funny. I love it.
Tell
love
us about the plot. Oh, tell us. Well, first tell us how you won a car, then tell us about the plot. Go ahead. Tell us about
the car.
plot.
Tell us the car is more. Let's talk about the car.
Let's
All right.
talk about the car. Let's forget the movie you're trying to promote and get everyone to watch. Now we
No,
need to make
no,
more.
no. We're all gonna watch it. Don't worry.
No, I know. I'm just teasing. So my freshman year, I went for the first time to Price is Right, and I kind of just like did a recon mission. I figured out how you get on, how you not get on. And I noticed if you go in a large group, one of you is guaranteed to get called down. So then my last year of college, I brought all the people I worked with at the coffee shop where I worked, and I said, we're going to Price is Right. And then if you are the most outgoing of your group, that's the person they're going to call. So I got called down from that. Luckily, I didn't bid that much on my it was like an Xbox and all these games for the price to get on stage or for the prize. And everyone just bid lower than me by luck. And it was way higher. So it was closest to without going over. And I went up, and then they said, one of the things you can win today is a car. And I was like, what? And I played a game called Switcheroo where they had 5 prizes. One was the car. The other were kind of like throwaway prizes, like a tote bag and a chocolate milk maker, which is what a spoon does. And and they take a number out of each price and rearrange it. And then you have 30 seconds to fill it in. And if you get it right, they'll tell you have how many right. And then they'll give you 30 seconds to switch it. And I had 3 of the 5 right. I stayed, and I won the car.
Wait, so this is can you see this?
Yes.
Oh, do you have it?
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but that's her face when she's like, what should I do?
Yeah, when I was like, should I switch it? Should I stay?
Your hair was longer. Hold that up again.
Yeah, my hair was longer,
Yeah.
shaggier too.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
I was younger too. I had less wrinkles.
Don't we all?
Paul is exactly the same, right?
Paul literally looks like the man in this magazine.
I've
Who
actually
has
I've lost weight since back then, I think.
Well, also you have a really good nutritional regimen.
I also allow myself a lot of fun. Like I'm
You
not
do.
I'm 70% super clean and probably 30% fun, like with my new.
Well, you did feed us chocolate on the set of Fit
Yeah.
for Christmas, which Shelly asked what this was about. And we're still not sure yet, Shelly, but we are talking about Fit for Christmas.
We are. We promise. We're talking. I'll rein them in. They're just, but people love hearing all your behind the scenes fun
But
stuff.
This is the movie. Like
This
Yeah.
is the movie.
So Anna wrote, and Anna and Amanda came up with this amazing movie because of Jack's introducing them to each other. If you're just joining us, and they brought me on for craft services, and I did one line, and they're like, "Oh, you should do another line," and that line was better than my first line. And then the other guy that booked the job, they sent him home, and
Yeah.
and and that's how I got the job.
Yeah, it was like Ryan Gosling, we don't need you anymore. We have Paul Green.
That's right. Ryan Gosling, he was too ripped.
Yeah, and just because you're Canadian, he's Canadian, so it like was tax incentives and all that. It's like
So am I.
so is Paul, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my guy.
you're a transplant.
But like to be straight here, like to be real, to be fair, this movie made me laugh so much in ADR. So ADR, Roxanne, do you know what that
I
is?
do. Yes, I do.
What do you teach?
I teach 5th grade, but I do know what ADR is.
Does anyone know what it actually stands for?
Additional demo recording.
I like that. That's not what it means though. It's like it's something almost weird, like adenine. It's a really bizarre name. Anyways, it might be instead for audio something. Makes sense that it would be audio dubbing, recording or something, but it's a
Jackie,
weird
Google it.
Google it. Anyway, Roxanne, when I was in there watching the ADR, looping, and I was looping a few words, I laughed out loud so many times, and that almost never happens because like I usually, not this time, but I usually read the script, so I know when the jokes are coming.
Mm-hmm.
But in ADR, I was like laughing so much, and I think people are going to really enjoy it. And we got lucky; our editor did a good job. It's really fast. Like I watched it for the first time in Mexico with my wife, and he had fallen asleep, and we were watching it, and we were laughing, and it was going so quick. I'm like, yes, I was so hoping we got a good comedy editor, and we did.
We did.
Oh, good.
Automated dialogue replacement.
Right? So the A isn't audio. It's like
That's
I knew it was.
interesting. That's confusing.
Thanks,
So I knew what ADR was for from before, but I had Andrea Brooks on, and she really just explained the whole process to us because she feels that she's great at it. She said she was telling us the little tricks that she does, and that's how. Yeah. So
Paul's love on When Calls the Heart.
Yes.
Infirmary.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll come back and rescue her from herself.
The character. I think he means the character.
I know he does.
The character. Carson's going to come back and.
We would love that, Paul.
Yeah.
We would. Everyone would love that.
Well,
okay, Anna, take it away. Tell us a little bit more about the plot.
Okay.
There's a plot?
Oh my God.
There is. Go ahead.
Fit for Christmas is about Audrey Parker, who is a fitness instructor that Amanda Kloots plays, and it's very close. A lot of times when me and Amanda were talking about the character, she would refer to it as me or like as herself, or I would say Amanda does this. I mean, Audrey does this. So there's a lot of, and it was helpful because I don't know a lot of fitness terms. My exercise, as I say, is walking to Starbucks every day. So she helped me with a lot of the fitness scenes, but it's about a fitness instructor whose gym just failed in New York. So she is home for the holidays back in Mistletoe, Montana, trying to figure out what she's supposed to do next with her life. And so she starts teaching fitness classes back at the recreation center where she used to teach and where her mom taught dance. And it's like really special to her and the community. And, blah, blah, blah. And as you know, it happens, Paul's character Griffin is there to buy up the property and build a ski lodge. And she feels like she just lost out in her New York gym and she can't lose another place. She's going to fight very hard. And so, of course, they hate each other at first. But, I mean, look at this face and this charm and this humor. And they had amazing chemistry. Like, you're going to root for them, though there is a love triangle. And there are moments when I was like, oh, maybe she should go with that guy. I'm just kidding. I never would.
And there's a bedroom scene. I can't believe they shot a bedroom scene with a love triangle. So,
but
all three of you in the bed.
Stuff he says, like, oh my gosh,
this is so classic. I learned, but here's the thing: is like I still will fall for things Paul says.
I'm kind of falling for them too. I'm trying to.
It's really easy to like. He pretends like he doesn't like musicals, and then he sings Hamilton at the top of his lungs on the car ride home from dinner.
Of course,
that's true.
When you were talking about the plot and the plot, because he makes me laugh so hard, it just like flew right out of my head. There's a trailer so Paul, your character is the son of the business mogul who wants to buy up everything, correct?
I don't know. I didn't read that part.
Oh my God.
And then I love it because there's a trailer out or a little clip, and you see you're coming around with your camera and you're trying to do whatever, and then you walk over and you keep interrupting your love interest, and you stop and you go, you got a little something there, and then you keep on going, and I'm like, was that in the script or did you?
That's all Paul. That's all Paul.
I love
That's his
I love
instinct.
that you caught Roxanne. That tells me what type of a viewer you are. You're not like a casual observer. You like the details. That stuff makes me laugh so much. And the way that I didn't plan that. She actually had something there. Like she had a little thing, so it just happened. Like, yeah.
It was funny. I loved it.
I love that you caught that. That made me laugh too. I like that.
I love it. And it was like fun and natural, and I'm already laughing. And then poor Jackie, when I was talking to you, you said that was like your one little blurb, but in
It was like, how did that make the trailer? Who pulled
the in there? I love it. How did you get to be on the project? Like, what did you do? I'm not saying how did you get. I just want to hear your journey. I mean, it's very deserving. We're happy you're there.
I'm so happy I'm there. So I basically daily was emailing Brad Pervoy and Anna being like, can you get me in this movie? So I was trying to do a strategic, I don't want to say strategic attack, but strategically trying to be like, oh, hey. So then it'd be like, oh, Brad, Anna said it's cool if I'm in the movie. Brad said it's cool if I'm in the movie. And then I think Anna helped me out by writing a part for me.
Yeah, I wrote as and originally it was a little bit of a bigger part. It was someone who's in the fitness class, but and I learned this as we were there because we also tried to get we got a cameo also for Amanda's son. But if you have any American actors up in Canada, there's all these laws and all these rules and restrictions. So we could only have both Elvis and Jackie for one day. So we had to slim down the part, which was kind of a bummer. But then during the rewrite, I was like, I'm gonna give them some good puns, so that way it'll make it all worth it.
Takes one to know one.
Yes. Which is cute.
A funny story about Jax being in the audience. So Anna wrote the Griffin a great amount of words to say, like together, like sentences with commas, like they were put together. Like a speech. I think they're called a speech.
A speech.
A monologue.
Writer.
Yeah.
Monologue.
And I wasn't able to read it. Like I had to like memorize it. So and the teleprompter guy was American. They only could have him for one day. So I couldn't use the teleprompters. But what was cool about it is Jax was like, Jax was giving me so much. And
I was mouthing the monologue to him because I knew it better than he did.
Yeah, she helped him.
She did. She would be like, "That's right, that's right." She was giving me good beats, but her character was like, had to win her character to win the vote to build this thing in the town, and so there were so many things. Obstacles for me to overcome, yet she was there in the front row beaming all this like love at me and all this like it was cool. It was like I had to win her over, and I was looking at her because speeches can be a bit heavy. Like there's a lot of people, like 50 extras or 100 extras, and you want to do a great job, and so I'm pretty good at like getting myself relaxed because I think that's the key to being a good actor. Is if you're tense or stiff, it's like really hard to be like listen well and be like immediate. If you're relaxed though, you can be playful, and even if you make a mistake, you're just like, can I have the line there because I was distracted by Jack's beauty in the front row or something.
Well, I mean, Paul, it was a really memorable moment for me because although my fandom for you does not go as far back as Anna White's, I've been a fan of yours for quite some time. So to get to be in a scene with you was really a dream come true for me. And you were so generous and so much fun. So thank you for doing that because you just made me feel really present in the moment, and we had a ton of fun.
We did. Was it like that time you were at my concert and you thought I was giving you love eyes, and then you realized that Kate was like right behind you? So she was right in the, like at my concert, she was right there, and Kate was right behind her, and I was just staring like the whole, singing every love song to Jax. But then
golly gee, he is locked in. And I didn't think you were making inappropriate eyes. I just thought you were like, because at Christmas Con, I'm always in the front for Paul's shows. I'm such a big fan. So I was like, all right, he sees me. And then like I heard someone say something to Kate, like, isn't he amazing? And I heard Kate's beautiful voice. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's not for me. It's not for me.
But what I loved is that you went and told him the story. It would have been a secret. No one would have known.
Well, after Jackie's day on set, we all went to one of Paul's favorite bars in Vancouver and just celebrated, and it was a hoot.
Oh, and that's when all this came spilling out. All this,
all of the energy, Paul.
Well, no, but neither Jax or Anna drink, and
so it was just Paul drinking.
I'm such a lightweight, but the drinks were these little tiny crafty little tequila things from a little hipster bar that plays really good music. I got their playlist from Spotify. It was amazing. But the drinks, and they were closing. So I had a couple drinks there. We had wrapped, and it was and that's when she told me when my defenses were down.
We're down.
I found another great Paul one. This is just him hanging out in the snow by his cabin.
Do I have a mug? Do I have a mug in my hand? What's in my hand?
No, you're just holding the you just didn't know what to do with your hands because it was early in your modeling days. So you just have them like holding each other. But
that was year 11. I started in 92.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
For L.O. Bean?
L.O. Bean was 97.
Okay. Oh, same year as Titanic. Special.
Which was a musical.
Which is not. We've been through this.
You know what, Paul? Before you popped on, I was telling Anna and Jax. So I'm from South Jersey, so I'm about an hour and a half away from Edison, where the Christmas con is, and I live in a Hallmark town, straight up. It's called Hamilton, and it's already decorated. We have festivals. We have a blueberry festival. We have a Christmas festival. We've had to save the local private school. I'm not kidding you. We do all for real. We're the blueberry capital of the world, the most Italian town in the U.S. according to the census. But my point is, you're not far away, and you should come to my town, and you should sing and pass out your CDs, and all these people would come to see you. And bring your family. We have a nanny. We'll share our nanny with you. Yeah,
a Christmas concert in a Christmas town.
Like in the town square.
And really, I'm very serious. And they're all walking distance of each other. So you should come and do this. Very serious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Jax, of course, you can come. You can always come.
I would love to come.
Yes. So seriously, if you're interested, I was Miss Hamilton in I won't even tell you when. And I dedicated this big rock that's in town. This isn't about me, but I'm just trying to tell you where Ronald Reagan Drive was, because Ronald Reagan came to our town many moons ago. And then they destroyed the wall that had all that info on it accidentally, and they dedicated rock when I was Miss Hamilton. So anyway, I'm telling
that's cool, Roxanne.
Thank you.
And you're royalty.
Yeah, well, we're just going to pass by that story. I'm just trying to tell you.
But I need to know if you had a sash and a crown.
I do. I still have the sash and crown. The crown is really heavy. Like, it had all these jewels, but that's not even important. But I'm saying I'm connected here, Paul. You could come. We will have like a little concert for you. So you think about that.
Okay. I mean, let's talk offline about the logistics, because logistically for this one, it's tight because his birthday's on the 12th. And but let's talk, because I'm actually in Montreal filming a movie. Anna gets really defensive because I went from shooting her Christmas movie to go shoot another Christmas movie. And then I'm finishing another movie that's not Christmas, which is, I don't know what to do with myself when it's not a Christmas movie, but it's
I'm all for this new movie because I love animals, and it's a very animal-centered movie.
Good.
When you go and do another Christmas movie right after we share this special Christmas experience.
It felt dirty. It felt.
Well, let's just see where it lands in the ratings.
Yeah, let's see what has better ratings.
I think we know.
How many people watch Monday or Sunday Night Football on the CBS? 20 million.
Yeah.
I mean, even if 90% of them leave, we're going to be okay.
So which is let's say that it's December 4th, which is the Sunday night for Christmas on CBS.
Yes.
And it has an interesting timing because I believe it's 8:30 for Eastern time, correct?
Oh yeah, it's weird the way they timed it, because it's also and in Croatia it's like 2 a.m.
Why Croatia? Alicia. What? Anyway, in Pacific time is a little different depending upon football. Paul, you're gonna confuse everybody.
Paul has really close friends in Croatia.
Oh, well, he
He's
might.
he's part Croatian, so I just got to make him feel included.
That's okay.
Aw, okay, Austin.
Now, I have a question. I was curious. What is there, and I don't mean it in a negative way at all. I was just curious, is there a difference when you're filming something for like CBS as opposed to or versus filming something for Hallmark? Is there like what are some of the things that are different or the same, or is it all just the same?
I think at least like from all the notes calls with CBS, they at times it'd be like, just remember, this isn't a Hallmark movie. We can do it a little heightened, or a lot of the character, like there's this great scene at the end where like Amanda is so hurt by something Paul does, and you can feel it feels so real. It doesn't feel like a oh no, I don't have time to paint anymore. Like it's like a real, it feels like a real human loss. And
Right.
so I feel like they're like in that respect. Also, it was CBS's note to add the love triangle. Because sometimes Hallmark's okay. Sometimes Hallmark does love triangle, sometimes they don't. It just depends on kind of the executive. And the CBS was really, and our executive, shout out to Justin Thompson Tucker, one of the best, awesome people we know.
He's in the chat.
Is he really?
No, I wish.
I wish.
You never know who's in.
You
the
never
chat.
know, but he was really pushing for like, we don't want to make this other love interest a bad guy. We want people to actually be a little bit torn. And we likened it, and we talked a lot about how like in the Notebook, Lon is a really good guy too. Like it's not like, oh my God, you know, there's a cliche in these Christmas movies of like the business guy who's just like, oh, I don't care about Christmas, blah, blah, blah. I'm on the phone all the time. And we didn't want a character, like make it a caricature or whatever. So there's some authenticity to that I think comes through.
I have a clause that I will never play the guy that doesn't get the girl.
That isn't a joke. Roxanne, that's not a joke.
No joke.
Okay. All right. That's for real.
If you send me if in a rom-com, I'll do it in a movie that's like, but if you send me one of these rom-coms and I don't see at the end there's like a kiss or two with Paul and his love interest, like that he gets the girl, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think that the lesser known love triangle in Fit for Christmas is Jackie and Griffin and Audrey.
Yeah.
I obviously want you, Paul.
No, of course. And that's in the notes from CBS. That's what they discussed. And that's something Hallmark probably wouldn't do either.
No, they would really not do that.
It is funny because on the day we were filming that scene, so I told Jackie, I was like, you know, she's the only person on the council who's like excited about the ski thing. And it's more because this really charming man is giving this great pitch about the ski resort. You can kind of see it in her eyes. They're like shining and they're like, and what's so funny is Amanda was sitting behind her for the scene, so Jackie didn't get to see Amanda's reactions. And so
her reactions were awesome.
And her reactions were so funny. Good. And so it helps heighten the thing because Amanda, who hates this guy, hates that he's being flirty, hates that he's like winning these people over. She's just like so disgusted by it. So it helps. It just heightens it all. It's good comedy.
All right, this is going to be good. Now.
No, Roxanne, it's going to be great.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. We're very excited for it. Now, Anna, in the summertime when I had talked to you about Campfire Christmas, love that. That movie. That was fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
I know you hinted at this one, but you didn't really have all the details. And then we started to see it unfold. So I was like, I had to have you back. And then I find out all these amazing people are in it. And I'm like, wow, it's like Hallmark, but on CBS. What? I was so excited. Very excited. Now, Paul, I was telling Anna that I think that she should go to Christmas Con with you and Jackson. She should be on a panel and people should be asking her questions.
Well, I think that's for sure. Let me message Christina and ask and tell her now.
Okay.
Also good.
Now, while you're doing that, Jax, tell everyone what we can expect, or tell some of the stuff, because a lot of the people that are here, it's like their first time going. I know people that are flying up from Florida and meeting and all that. tease some stuff that they're going to enjoy at the Christmas con.
I'm a big Christmas con fangirl. I think I've been at all of them. They're so much fun. Definitely come in your Austin, buddy. Definitely come in your Christmas best. They've got an ugly sweater contest that you can participate in. They've got a gingerbread making competition.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun. There are panels with all of your favorite stars. There's a concert with Mr. Paul Green that is really, really fun. That you got to sit in the front row for because he'll make eyes at you.
And Jessica Lounge is going to sing a few songs with me.
I didn't know that. That's
She's
awesome.
got a gorgeous voice. Love her. Love her. Good.
I thought Paul was talking more, but he just went on mute.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
It's because his little guy is coughing.
He's giving the secret of how to be fit for Christmas.
Secret of how to be fit for Christmas. Oh.
Oh my God, he's a mess.
It's really, really fun though. And there's also panels with writers and directors. You can get autographs, selfies. I think what's really cool is that, we have this Christmas community where we all feel like we know each other, we interact online, but then you're all in one place. And it's really fun because you're not just connecting with the celebrities, but you're connecting with other fans, which is really great.
Which is nice. Now, do you travel? Are you there for the whole weekend, or are you traveling back and forth? Because I don't know how far you are from Addison.
I'm not too far, but I'm just staying there because it's easier when I'm there. Yeah, the first year I didn't stay. I went back and forth, but this year I'm going to be there the whole time just because I think it'll be a lot of fun. And it's nice just to, stay at a fun hotel.
It is. And your sister, she's going to be there, right? You're doing the bundle?
She's going to be there too. Yeah, we're going to be doing the bundle game on Friday at 3. And yeah, please come say hi if anyone's there. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be prizes. Verizon Wireless gives out a pretty good prize. You can get a ring light.
Nice. All right.
Lots of fun prizes if you win.
That sounds wonderful. Oh, I'm excited. Everyone else is going to be super excited too. So what I wanted to do next is just something quick and fun. And those that are here, you can play in the chat. First, let me say this, because whenever I do trivia, I have to do this teacher disclaimer thing in me. So it is time stamped. I can see it on my end. I know Wi-Fi is delayed. This is for our viewers. Wi-Fi can be delayed at different places. So I'm going by what appears in my comments and the time that it's there. That's who the winner is for the question. So I'm going to test you 3, and it's just fun stuff. And then in the chat too, they can add their answers, and I'll keep track, and you can get a prize. Not you. They're going to. But you can help them out, okay?
I love winning things.
I know. Okay, so I have a question.
There's no prize. What are we playing?
For them,
there's a prize for the audience, Paul. Sometimes it's
for your viewers, Paul, but you can help them out.
I was told there would be prizes.
Well, when we are off camera here, I will tell you about your prizes.
Okay.
I don't mean that in any way.
And the child mentioned a check.
Oh, okay, let's move on. Okay, so fit for Christmas. So fruitcake is not very fit for Christmas. So here's my question. What do you think? How many calories do you think are in a slice of fruitcake? You have 3 choices. 315 calories, 256, or 139.
A.
Yeah, I was gonna say it.
I'll
say B. I'll say B to be different.
256. I'm curious to see what the people out there think. 139 was the other choice, and I know that there's a delay. So let's see.
300.
We've got a lot saying 315, 250.
Also, there's a fruitcake line in Fit for Christmas, so this is funny.
Maybe I knew this.
Yes.
So there are, believe it or not, 139. 100.
What a healthy snack. Too bad it tastes gross.
Yes. Let's see. Let's see. The first person I think who got it was Charlene Lee. I will go back and look, but I'm pretty sure it was Charlene. How about that? It's not that bad.
Yeah. Roxanne, it doesn't add up because fruit is good. Cake is great, but fruit cake is nasty crap.
Well, I have a really good fruitcake recipe and it's delicious. So mine is good.
Okay.
Challenge accepted.
I want
Okay.
to try your fruitcake, Roxanne.
All right. I'll send you some or I'll bring you some. I promise. All right. So now something that's very caloric and not very fit for Christmas is eggnog. And eggnog, normally people were, when they were doing the calories, they're saying 8 ounce, but you usually drink it like in a 4 ounce. So we're going by 4 ounce. So do you think eggnog has more or less calories than the fruitcake? What do you think?
More.
And people are saying yuck.
But not
And
if-
you're
but-
correct. They do. It does have more.
Two-
It has some,
those are two of my least favorite things about Christmas is both eggnog and fruitcake. Like if you said to me, Paul, what's the worst part of Christmas? I honestly would say fruitcake and then eggnog. I don't think there's anything even in the ballpark.
I would say starving kids, but
oh.
yeah, no, fruitcake's terrible.
You would say that.
Oh my gosh, who got the more? The first more that's up here. I'm looking
Oh,
and I will go back. Oh goodness. All the way up. Cindy Smith. She got it. So Cindy, you got
Cindy
it.
Lou who?
Cindy Lou who? Yes, she's
She's
here.
the child that mentioned a check to the Grinch when the Grinch
Yes.
yeah.
We're gonna talk about the Grinch in like
my favorite. My favorite.
Is it? Okay. So we can talk about that right now then.
Musical.
So what does the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, the cartoon of the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, and Frosty the Snowman have in common? What do those,
soundtrack writer.
is it? He sounded so
sure.
no.
Oh yeah.
Frosty the Snowman, the cartoon?
Yes, Frosty the Snowman was a cartoon.
They're released in the same year.
No, they're not. 1966 was the Grinch, and 1969 was Frosty the Snowman.
Were they same screenwriter?
Voiced by the same people?
Think again.
Same narrator.
Well, listen, I'm going to give you all a hint. All of this revolves around your movie Fit for Christmas. So how can these two?
They appeared on CBS.
Oh, good job.
Good job, Jax. Yes, CBS. They both did. Yes, 1966 was the Grinch, and 1969 was Frosty the Snowman. Good job.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take some questions and comments if anyone has any. But Paul, before I forget this, there's a couple of things I've been wanting to tell you. So it's been what? It's been almost a year that I have been hosting these chats. And the different people that I've come across a lot, I do something on Mondays for When Calls the Heart. And recently I did, I call it the milestone chats. I have someone who chats with me. Her name is Kathy. And we went back and we did When Calls the Heart, the movie. And then the next Monday we did season 1, 2, 3, and all the way up to 9. And we just talked about what we learned in each season. And I would have a guest come on that was a character from that time. And I always ask, who took you under your wing, who gave you good advice, and who do you think they say? It's always you.
Aww.
Yes.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious. The young man that plays Cody, he was telling us, he said, one of the best things I ever learned, he said, was there's a time to be serious and there's a time to have, to have fun. And as a kid, he said, that's hard to learn, but someone taught that to me and I really tried to, remember that. And I'm like, well, who was that? And he said, it was Paul. And I'm like, oh, that's so nice. And then you did a Christmas special with the young man, Rosary's his last name. Was it Walter? I think he was the salesman. He was like a brush salesman. I think it was season 7's Christmas? I think so. And he said that he felt very much welcomed and you had a lot to do with that and you had good advice for him. Yes.
Oh, that warms my heart. That warms my heart. Funny thing about When Calls the Heart is I could scare Lori Loughlin at any time. Like I could hide under things and she lived for it. But Aaron would kill me. So I made the mistake of scaring Aaron Krakow like twice. The first time was bad. The second time was like, it's a reason I'm not on the show.
No, come on now. Don't say that.
But Lori when you scared her, she would just start she loved it. So I would be like, okay. It was so it was so much fun to do that. But yeah, I'm a slow learner when it comes to scaring people because I get so much joy out of like frightening, like hiding under weird things, like if there's a horse, like imagine like a horse barn here, and like there's a tarp. I would crawl under the tarp, and so people walk by it to go to craft service, and I would move the tarp like just a bit, like that. So it would do that. People would think there was something under the tarp, and then I would wait until they came back from craft with their drinks, and then I would really move the tarp like a big thing, and I get so much joy out of it.
It's terrible. That's like Ellen DeGeneres used to do that to people. Like
we're the same person, Ellen and I.
You really are the same person.
I'm nicer to my employees, though.
Okay, we're gonna gloss over that.
Paul does give good advice, though. I will say that. Like, one of the things he taught me, because this is going back to when Jackie mentioned the chocolate, and we would go out to really nice restaurants. Because if you need any restaurant recommendations in Vancouver, ask Paul. And he's really all about being in the moment and tasting your food and getting the most out of it. And like, that's something I think about all the time when I'm eating really good food now. I'm like, how would Paul enjoy this? Paul would not inhale this like I want to now.
No, Paul would spend 15 minutes eating a piece of chocolate.
Yes. Paul put a piece of chocolate in my mouth and took me on a journey. That sounds weird, but
it's true. It's true. Last I have a thing about the last day on earth. If I'm about to make a decision, whether it's like, do I order one dish or another dish, or a glass of wine or the other glass of wine, I'm like, if this were my last day on earth, which choice would I make? And it actually guides my decision. It gets a bit spendy at times. It gets a bit pricey for sure, because I usually choose the most decadent of things. But spending time with friends, I'm like, if this were my last day, who would I want to spend time with? So yeah, it does guide me quite a bit. It guides me just the how temporal life is, but how beautiful the moment is. And food, my colonic lady, I get colonics a lot. Usually like every season, like the change of season, it's like an oil change. I go for a colonic. And she said, I was like, what? And I interview her, like I have a podcast.
At their faces. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Tell us more
I know
about
you're
the
not
colonics.
joking. Go ahead.
When I'm joking, well,
I know.
Yeah, you won't know.
Sorry.
But so I take my recording device to my podcast with India is her name. And while she's like massaging my tummy and I'm doing a colonic, I'm interviewing her and I'm asking her all these amazing questions. I mean, well, she's giving me amazing answers. I'm asking her questions that are quite normal. And she said to me, and I said this, I was like, what's the thing you see the most? And she goes, people just don't chew their food. Like, she's on the front line. She's been doing it for 45 years. She's been a colonic hydrotherapist for 45 years. I'm sorry, I'm on my knees because I'm stretching my psoas. My hip flexors are tight from my concert. And she said,
just thinking that
people just don't chew. It shows on my face when my hip flexors are tight. She said that people just don't chew their food, and she sees it. So that's, and a lot of the people that have listened to my podcast, it's so interesting. If I want to know about health, I want to talk to the person that actually sees, like, so much health comes from your colon, right? And your digestive system. And it's so fascinating. I love this stuff. I could talk about this stuff forever.
He's good at nutritional advice. I'm serious. Like, if you guys ever need nutritional advice or how to eat healthy, wherever he is on my square box, talk to him.
He's over there. Listen, we have someone who has a comment I put up there for you, Paul, and it says, I want to be in his brain for a day.
I don't.
Well, as long as I do breath work and meditation, it's a really great place to be. But it's pretty. I want to do so many things. I have so many things going at the time. That's why I need like so much help. And poor Ruth, my assistant, like, manages so many of my ideas. But like, as long as I take a pause to like live my life, not someone else's life, like as long as I take a moment to do some breath work and meditation, then I feel like then you would want to be in my brain. But if not, it's pretty fast up there.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Martha. You're welcome. There's room.
We love you.
So Martha and several others, but I was able to capture her. They're talking about your podcast you did with Chris McNally because he is very stingy. I love him, but he's very stingy with his interviews, very selective. And he had an amazing chat with you that I think he was the most relaxed we ever saw him. And you did a wonderful job. You do a wonderful job with whenever you interview someone because I think they feel very safe with you and you get the best stories out of them.
Oh, that's such a great compliment. Thank you so much. I've had to really work on being a better listener because it doesn't come naturally to me. I feel like I have a lot. I feel like I have a lot to say, but what I realized is like for people to feel really seen, heard, and loved in my presence, I have to be a much better listener. So in the last 7 years, I've purposefully tried to learn to be a better listener, like listening in a way that the person, like listening in a way that's to discover, not to respond, because especially on a podcast, you're listening, and the trap is you're listening to respond, but that's the worst. You want to listen to discover and discover more, and then you don't like. I get quite often when you're in a conversation, you want to look like you're smart or witty or funny, so you're trying. So it's hard for me, but I've gotten better at listening.
Yeah, you do a good job. Now, look, the queen of having a conversation is up there, Miss Jackie over there, Miss Jack. Now, do you have a favorite by any chance, like a favorite interview that just wowed you or someone that I'm sure you have many, but I'm putting you on the spot there trying to think something that just stands out. Maybe it's your first, maybe it was, I don't know.
That's a good question. Yeah. I mean, probably, Paul Green's here. No, that's really tough. That's really tough. I would say I really did enjoy getting to cover all of When Calls the Heart and having guests from the show on the recaps. I thought it was really cool to really get that true behind the scenes of what was actually going on in each particular scene, and we were able to really get pretty like granular and talk about acting stuff, and that's what I really like to geek out on. So those were my favorites.
Jackie got her graduate degree in theater. She knows plays like the back of her hand. She can quote plays. For me, I don't understand if they're not breaking into song while someone's watching them, but Jackie does, and she loves them, and it's beautiful.
Thank you. I do love musicals too, though. Not as much as Paul Green does.
Paul Green wishes he could star in every musical on Broadway.
I think, Anna, can you write a movie where they do break out in song?
Oh my God. It is my dream one day to write a musical. Don't you worry. Well, here's the thing. I've been told I'm tone deaf or tone impaired. So I might just have to do the script version and have someone else do the songs. Like Paul can write the songs. All right.
Okay, but hold on. You got to go to my social media and look at my stories under Fit for Christmas. There's her and Amanda in my trailer doing the Billy Joel piano.
So good.
You might be like, your pitch, your tone might not be like razor sharp, but it doesn't matter because your air piano.
Yes.
And no, but it's more than just that. Sounds like I'm actually dissing you. I'm not. The way that you did. What's the song? The Billy Joel one?
It's Scenes from an Italian Restaurant.
What?
Scenes from an Italian Restaurant by Billy Joel. It's the interlude, the Brenda and Eddie part.
It's on my social media under my stories. But the way and you were singing, it didn't matter if it was in key or not. Your joy of that song. It was so awesome. It made me almost want to do a musical.
Oh, one day it's gonna happen, Paul, and everyone's gonna see it, and it's gonna win Best Musical at the Golden Globes.
Hey, question for the community: was the Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams one? Was that a musical?
The Notebook? No, The Notebook's not a musical.
No.
Are you thinking the Emma Stone?
Emma Stone, the one La La Land.
Yep.
Yes, that was a musical because they did break into song.
I like that. Dance. I really like that.
I'm telling you, you like musicals. You do. It just open your heart. And just like this puppy, musicals are just like you and this puppy.
Oh my gosh. Is that your wife, Paul? The 7-year
So
LOB
Yeah.
one?
8-year wife.
you guys want to know the story?
Yes.
So that's Erin, now Erin Hudson. She married Oliver Hudson, who's Kate Hudson's brother.
The puppy did?
The puppy married Kate Hudson's brother. Yeah, is the first human and puppy
wow.
marriage allowed in California, of course. So here's the thing. We didn't know anybody out here except for Erin when we moved to LA 20 years ago now. My son was 1 year, so my son's 19, so 18 years ago. And they became our family. Like Erin was the only person, the only, and we're still friends to this day, like whatever, 30 years later, 25 years later. Yeah.
Oh.
Are you still in touch with the dog?
The dog is in Korea.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Paul, don't say that anymore.
He's dark humor.
No.
But doesn't this make you want to buy all their clothes?
Yes, it does.
Like, good. Whoever does the marketing on this.
I'm showing you all because you all have love being shared over here. So we're working our way.
Hi,
to say
Timmy.
good night. Different people are showing you love.
Hi, Timmy.
And then there's more here.
Bro.
And more here. They're talking about you and your writing.
Yeah, everyone wants our musical.
And here. And of course, Paul, you saw all of yours. I already shared yours. I just didn't want the girls to feel left out.
The girls can handle it. They have really good self-esteem. Seriously. They know
we're promoting Fit for Christmas, not his other movie.
No, you know what's special about actually all three of you girls is you know who you are. That's really beautiful to be around people who know who they are.
It is.
It is.
And you know who you are. And I love who you are, Paul.
Thank you.
Don't ever change. XOX, see you next summer.
I feel good around you. Is that the name of your musical?
No, that's just, I feel like what everyone wrote in people's yearbooks. Like, don't ever change.
Yeah.
Or see you this summer. Yeah. Hit me up this summer.
So
you never do.
Wow, I didn't get any of those. You had a different experience than I did in high school. We can unpack that sometime.
So Anna, how do you think? How good do you think the ratings are actually going to be? Throw out a number of how many people are going to watch it live.
I mean, I'm hoping. Oh God, I don't know. I want to shoot high, but then I don't want to get disappointed. I don't want to jinx it, but I mean, definitely a handful of millions.
Yeah. I have a number in my head. I was wondering what you were going to say.
Well, let's hear it.
Go.
Mine's 4.2.
Okay.
I'm feeling just over 5, like 5.1. Yeah.
Ooh, my God! All of these would be great, as Tony the Tiger says.
He does.
I wonder if anyone else has any predictions.
Yeah.
I don't know, but this is hilarious because Jen says, Roxanne, I think you're losing control. I am not. This is what we love. We talked about Fit for Christmas, and it will be premiering on CBS on Sunday, December the 4th. In the Eastern the Eastern time zone, it is 8:30 p.m. The Pacific is a little blurry. I think it has to do with football.
Yes.
So So we already said all kinds of wonderful things.
Roxanne, I do want to shout you out though, Roxanne, because you were a really excellent interviewer to let people shine and be able to discuss things and share just the right amount of things to get people to share. And it's just a joy to be with you. So thanks for having all of us.
That was nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
I echo that.
Yeah, you are. You're a great listener, Roxanne. You're really easy. You're actually really easy to hang around with. I didn't know what I was getting into. Someone asked me. I didn't know what was going on tonight. Like I had no idea. I wasn't even wearing pants at the beginning.
Oh dear Lord! My goodness.
Oh my God. He just learned how to use a computer.
We're glad that we only see here that
Are
we can't.
we?
Pete, well, we already said it. PG.
I thought you were an honest gal.
PG. We have to keep it PG.
My initials.
Paul Green.
Yes.
Paul Green.
Yes.
Paul
Yes.
Green.
You know what? That's funny because I kept seeing that and I'm like, who is sending me spam with this PG? And I realized they're saying Paul Green. It took me a minute, but I got it. All right. So this was wonderful. And I thank you for joining. And we could say goodnight, but then let me say goodnight to you after we all say goodnight to everyone else.
Thank you, Roxanne, for having us, including all of us, and everyone watch Fit for Christmas, or at least just leave the football game on.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, hold on one second.
Ooh, a show and tell.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Kismet?
Oh, I hope so.
Oh no.
Kismet's his cat.
Oh yes. I've met his cat before.
Yes.
Online.
You never know. You never know with Paul. We might learn he can juggle.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I bet he could.
Oh, you're gonna sing us?
Oh,
yeah.
Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light.
I'm gonna do the eyes that Jackie did.
Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night.
Oh, good Lord. Lord. It went,
Okay.
PG went bye-bye.
Come on. You don't have to wear that dress tonight.
Oh, dear Lord.
Walk the streets for money.
If my
I don't
family's
care
too
if it's
big,
wrong
rolling
or if
because
it's
this
right.
is the opposite of who I am.
Roxanne.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. All right. Now they officially. I was thinking of ever since I heard your name. I can't not think of that song. I
It's a
can't
good
not
song.
think of that song. I can't not think of that song.
I know.
You know what's another good song with the name Roxanne? If you shorten it, it's Roxy from Paul's favorite musical, Chicago.
Roxy Hart, Paul.
Is that the one where they razzle dazzle? Is it razzle dazzle?
There you go. Look at you learning.
Yes. I know that one too. Because that's actually what everyone calls me, Roxy, except my family call me Ro. So I get Roxy all the time.
Oh, I like that.
That's
Roxy.
cute.
Roxy Hart.
Razzle dazzle made its way into this movie too.
It does. Amanda says, does the like fingers and goes razzle dazzle. And when they said cut, Paul's like, or Amanda's like, do you know what that's from? And Paul's like, no.
He does now.
And he's seen Chicago. He's seen Chicago on Broadway.
I fell asleep. I was like, get me out of here.
All right. Jackie, are you going to say anything goodbye? You have anything to say so we could just say goodnight to everyone?
I'm so grateful and Merry Christmas. I can't wait for all of us to get Fit for Christmas on December 4th on CBS at 8:30 p.m. EST.
That's right. Good job.
Before you do that,
Good,
so if people don't have CBS, they can watch it on the
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. That's so important. Thank you, Paul. Yes.
You're welcome. And if they don't have, what about the folks in Europe and stuff? Maybe they can get the Paramount Plus app and do a VPN, like a VPN or something.
I think they're selling it in Europe somehow. I'll ask Justin.
I got to find out about Canada too. I have a lot of people asking.
Oh yeah. Well, we shot it there. All those people want to watch it who worked on it.
Like 70.
Was that our crew size?
Yeah, that'll really move that number to the 8 million.
Aw. Well, I'll promote it too. I'll be putting it on during the week. Yeah, we'll put it all over. All right, good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow if you come back. And I have a hometown friend who wrote a wonderful book, Elves Don't Fart, and he will be on tomorrow.
That's a funny name.
I know.
That's great.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.